Hi, and welcome to Rawr Reviews. I'm Andrew Jenson here with Bradley Burgess, Aleya Ericson, and Claire Whitley. We're here to talk about the new Christopher Nolan film Interstellar, starring Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and Michael Caine. Interstellar is a film about astronauts seeking another planet to inhabit while they are facing the end of Earth.
This world's a treasure. It's been telling us to leave for a while now.
Your daughter's generation will be the last to survive on Earth. You're the best pilot we ever had. Get out there and save the world.
Everybody ready to say goodbye to our solar system? To our galaxy. Here we go. We're here.
Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and Michael Caine all offer very strong performances, even with a great supporting role from John Lithgow, though he's not in the movie very much. But the movie, written by Christopher Nolan and his brother Jonathan Nolan, it's like a mix of Inception with elements from Mission to Mars, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Just not used very well. It has a message of love transcending space and time, but it's very clunky. Doesn't come across very well. Overall, it's just a really horrible waste of time and money, especially considering that it's about a 3-hour movie. So.
This was a really big letdown, especially because Christopher Nolan, he's had an almost perfect track record. You think of all the great movies he's done: Dark Knight, Inception, Prestige, Memento. Mm-hmm. And then you got these great actors, Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, and they act well in this movie. It's just...
They do.
They've got a script that is just... I don't know how to explain it. It's just...
The script, I think, in my opinion, relies on video game logic, and for those of you that aren't fond of video games often rely on you doing things that are counterintuitive. You have to solve puzzles using just... things that no normal person would think of, like counting the number of the green dots in a room to unlock a safe.
It didn't make sense to me. I didn't enjoy it. It was well done, but it just didn't make sense. I literally, at the end of this movie, thought, what did I just waste my 3 hours
That
on?
was most of the reaction I had, too. I think it had some good things. I like the idea of love transcending time and space. That's a wonderful idea, and it could be played well. And there are some really touching scenes in here, seeing some of the people having to be torn away from their families, from people. And I really wanted to see that more, but it goes too far. It goes to the point where it just becomes ridiculous. You see it so many times, and it just becomes sillier and sillier as you reach the end.
The ending turns into a $200 million remake of the ending to The Abyss. That's what I thought. And in the same movie, they gave us this incredible scene where Matthew McConaughey is watching his children grow up without him, and video messages. He just sits there just crying, and I wanted to applaud that scene. It was so good. Mm-hmm. And then 1 hour later, it stabs you in the back with the ridiculous ending that we obviously can't talk about, but. There were at least 5 points in the theater where everyone in the theater simultaneously just went, what?
Well, what I'm worried about is they're probably going to get a lot of awards for this stupid thing because they have enough science mumbo-jumbo in there that people are going to be like, science mumbo-jumbo. This must be great. But no, if you think about it, this movie just kind of implodes.
It does.
But it looks really impressive, and
I do think we do.
On a technical level, the movie is made excellent, and it's just that's probably where it's going to get, I imagine, most of its Oscars.
It's beautifully done, and I feel like if you can watch it without listening to the script or trying to understand how this science is working, it would be much more entertaining. Yeah. The problem with this movie, I don't know what to give it, honestly. I don't know if I want to give it a 1, because that would make it sound like it's a terrible movie, but I don't want to give it a 3 or 4, because that kind of almost encourages you to go. So maybe a 1.5, just because I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't see the reasoning behind anything. I didn't understand it
I was thinking about giving it a 5 out of 10, but I'm probably thinking a 4.5, just because
That's being nice.
I think there are. I don't think this is one of the worst films I've seen. I've seen a whole lot worse, and this film at least tries, and I respect it for trying. I mean, it wasn't a good movie, but I might have to give it another chance.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10, because it wasted 3 hours of my life.
Yes.
The plot was just inexcusable. Somebody really should have edited this down. I cannot get over just the sheer illogic that they just expect you to buy throughout.
Trust us, we did our homework.
throughout the script. However, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm never gonna watch it again, but
it's pretty close.
I'm going to second that 3 out of 10. Like, it was a movie, again, I really wanted to like it just because of the great pedigree behind it, but in terms of what the build-up and everyone was praising it, this was the biggest letdown for me since Elysium.